good morning, and wake up, wake up, wake up. It's your boy, Vincent E. Gray with Be Invincible. I have your morning motivational snackable on today. Now, you may be wondering, what are motivational snackables? They're words of wisdom to help you win in life, right? And today, I'm going to be providing you with some time-tested wisdom that's going to change the trajectory of your life and also to help you level up. But before we get ready to deep dive into our conversation, I want you to get your school supplies. What do your school supplies consist of? I want you to go and get your pen. Yes, also get your notebook. And for my digital students, you know, the technocrats that like to scroll and like to roll, I also want you to open up your note apps. It came free with your iPhone or your Android. So we're about to get ready to jump right into the lesson. You know, I always have some props today. I want to talk to you all about the jar theory. The jar theory. What do I mean by the jar theory? I was reading something yesterday about bees, and they said if you put bees in a jar for 3 days and tighten the lid on it, they said for 3 days, those bees will fly in circles. They will fly in circles. And this is the part that really kind of hit me between the eyes. That kind of really touched me. The sensitive part of me, it touched me. They said, if you take the lid off, they said that the bees will continue to fly around in circles, not because they're trapped, but they think they are. Ooh, they're free, but their mind is stuck. And how many of us are living like these bees? We just living in circles. When the jar is off and we can fly, we just living in circles. And how do I know sometimes we're living in circles? Because of the word circumstance. The word circumstance means the circle you're standing in. When you go into a job that you hate, and you know that you have other options, you go into a job you hate because you feel you have no other options, you living in circles. When you feel that everybody else can be successful except for you and you're living in your past, you're living in circles. The next one is, I'll never forget, I received a D in this English class. I received a D in the English class, and I let that D convince me that I wasn't a writer. I let that D convince me that I wasn't smart enough, and I let that D convince me to stop writing. Why? Because I was living in circles. And when you wear masks just to fit in and not to stand out, that is a sign that you're living in circles. I'm going to tell you two things. You put cookies in a jar. You put candy in a jar, not your life in a jar. I'm going to say that again. You put cookies in a jar. You put candy in the jar, but you don't put your life in the jar. The lid is off. The lid is off. It's now time for you to get out. So I want to ask you a simple question. This is the powerful question on today. This is the question. I'm going to ask you this question with love and with urgency. And that is, what are you doing today that your future self will say that is a waste of time? I'm going to say it again. What are you doing right now that your future self will say that is a waste of time? And are you finally ready to stop living in circles and get out the jar? That's all I have for you all on today. My name is Vincent E. Gray with Be Invincible. As always, never let what your eyes see determine what your heart believes. Don't enjoy your day. Make sure that your day enjoy you. Do me a favor. Go be successful. Have a great day.